All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi. So this is gonna be a short one, real quick, but we got an update. It says Trump is on board to send weapons to bomb Moscow and St. Petersburg. Let's watch the video.
Vladimir Putin really pissed off Donald Trump, man. So I don't know if y'all heard about the talk between Zelensky and Trump this morning, but apparently Trump asked Zelensky if he had the ability to hit Moscow and St. Petersburg. And Zelensky came back and said if he was given the right weapons, then yeah, he could do some strikes on Moscow and St. Petersburg. And Trump said good, because it's time for Russia to feel the pain. Trump made an announcement that he's going to be sending some heavy weapons, $10 billion worth to Ukraine. Funded through NATO, apparently. They're going to pay everything back. Well, NATO have had a meeting with Trump about it. I don't know what members are going to be involved, or they're all just going to put the money together, but they are going to be sending some heavy infantry to Ukraine. And the problem with this is they got these in 3 different phases, and they're going to be flooding weapons into Ukraine that can hurt Russia, that can defend Ukraine. So, Zelensky, you're finally getting what you want. Here's the report. Trump asked Zelensky if Ukraine could strike Moscow and also St. Petersburg. Don't believe me, it says it in this part right here. He wanted the Russians to feel the pain, and then you can see Moscow and St. Petersburg in the article as well. We have Russia's Dmitry Medvedev answering back to Donald Trump and saying they don't care about tariffs and they don't care about the U.S. giving weapons to Ukraine. It's not going to stop their goals. It's just going to expand the war. Iran said there would be retaliations if the UN did sanctions on them. They also called for the assassination of Donald Trump. We have North Korea warning the United States to keep their strategic bombers away from their airspace. We got Israel doing strikes in Syria as they're preparing for a full 7-front war. No, I'm not even lying either. They're talking about an all-front war. They're getting ready to be attacked from all sides. They're saying people might flood the Golan Heights, and they're getting ready for it. North Korea has finally deployed their 6,000 contractors to Russia to help them rebuild the Kursk region, which we know is sent there to fight Ukraine. Well, Japan warning China if they keep making these aggressive approaches to their planes, that this is going to really threaten their security. And China is saying that Japan is flying in their air defense identification zone. So there's still a standoff between Japan and China. We got Australia getting ready for war with China as they started up a new drill with the United States and their allies. They're getting ready to counter China. They've been building up in the Indo-Pacific, and we know that's the domain where China's going to be a big threat. China's also vowing deeper support for Russia, especially after Trump threatened to put tariffs on them. They just said, well, we will just help Russia more, especially with their war in Ukraine. So things are looking kind of wild, man. This is the latest. I got a live coming next. I'll see y'all there. Ooh.
Right, and on the meanwhile, you also have Tehran doing their drills, preparing for a China invasion. So as you can see, these multiple wars, which is called World War III, is going to exhaust all the nations. Alright? Because you have Russia sending their troops over here, over there. You got America already sending their money, their troops over to Israel. You already got Australia preparing for China and Taiwan preparing for China. And then you also got North Korea helping out Russia. Right? And eventually you'll have Iran going against Israel. So, well, you'll have Israel going against Iran, Slovakia. So, the big thing here was that, a lot of people said that Trump was done with Zelensky, that he wouldn't deal with Zelensky anymore. But of course, it didn't take long for that to be a lie. And it was going to be obvious that Trump was going to continue to deal with Zelensky if things continue to escalate. So I believe Zelensky is getting a very big military package to strike Moscow, which will only escalate this war even further. Right? As it says, right? Slovakia. As it says in Isaiah chapter uh, 34, verse 5, says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse and judgment," right? So you're having a lot of infighting and fighting against each other. You have Esau against Edomites, and then Edomites against other Edomites who are also known as Amalekites. And what's going on is the so-called future of this world is looking very bleak, right? This is why nothing in this world is forever. Everything in this world is temporary, and the only one that's forever is Yahawashi, right? It says right here, the earth. And Daniel, it says, then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, right? So all the empires broken and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, right? So you have these empires right now, like China, America, Russia, and these other mini governments that are trying to compete, like India and Pakistan, right? And they also have before time Rome, the Grecian period, Babylon, right? But it says right here that no place was found for them. So eventually, all these kingdoms that have been destroyed then and are being destroyed now. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth, right? So when Yahawashi comes back, because mountain in this case is government. So when Yahawashi comes back to put his government on the earth, none of these kingdoms like China, Russia will have any say in power, right? To what goes on with the government of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahawashi, right? So this is the real New World Order we are looking forward to as Israelites. The order that Yahawashi will bring, not the order of Esau. So if this lesson was edifying, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahawashi, Shalom.